Hello YouTube, this is Morgan, Airspeed Prime here at my next Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Season 3 episode review. This one's going to be for Season 3 episode 21, Attack of the Mega Shredder. And yeah, let's get straight into this. This wasn't a very good episode. I had some real problems with this one. Mainly I just didn't find it all that enjoyable. Like, there was one cool action scene that kind of resembled Attack on Titan a little bit. But for the most part, the rest of the episode was kind of like, oh, this is just an episode. And it really just felt not great because of how good the previous episode was. That we know that this show can do some really interesting things with its episodes. But for the most part, it's doing stuff like this every week. And this is the exact thing I said at the end of my last review, that I praised the previous episode heavily, but I said at the very end, I have so little faith in this show having any sort of continuity between episodes, and I was completely correct here because this wasn't a good episode. They attempted to sort of address the main plot and that, like, hey, we're gonna go into Shredder's lair and get one of the brain worms and so Donnie can investigate it, and they have that and they succeeded, so there's a tiny bit of plot related to what's actually going on, but it's so drawn out, this whole Karai thing at this point, that okay, it's going to be a big deal when they get her back, but I'm almost just to the point where, like, please just do something and make it actually happen. Don't make this be the fifth kind of attempt to just get Karai out. Just go for it this time. That's been the problem. There's been so little plot for the amount of episodes that they have to actually do this season, and I really hope that as the show continues into like next season and so on, they just really heavily cut the number of episodes per season, or write it in such a way where there's more plot in the episodes, because this was extremely light on plot. Like, the main gist of this episode was that, okay, they all the turtles go in, they get surrounded by basically all of the villains. Raphael gets injured, but they all get out. Then Splinter forbids them from doing anything until Raph gets better. So Leo decides to go in alone, but Mikey follows him, so the two of them go in, and basically they get captured, and Leo just plays with Bebop and Rocksteady and tells them to, hey, you're suspending us over mutagen. Put loads of stuff in the mutagen, make it better, to kind of waste time. But what they end up doing is those kind of Shredder clones that are already there. They put like two of them in there, and they just form this giant Shredder thing. And I thought there was at least some potential with this episode, that they would have this really interesting Shredder clone that the Turtles could fight and defeat, and it would kind of represents something of progress for them, that they can defeat this Shredder clone, and so there's hope for them being able to actually defeat the real Shredder. But no, they went for the really bad design for this Shredder thing. It's just a giant slug that for some reason has armor, and the mutagen mutated the armor as well. And it was just made no sense. It wasn't an interesting design, and the fight, as I said, that there was the cool Attack on Titan part, but that was only like a minute of the episode. Everything else was just like, what are you doing here? And they brought back the turtle mech, and they introduced this new vehicle, the kind of dumpster that they can pedal around in, that's super undercover, which was funny and relatively interesting, but it just wasn't the most interesting episode in terms of the fight. They didn't really attempt to do anything with the character development. Like, they sort of went to go like, oh, Mikey's dead, but we knew he was they're never going to kill Mikey off in this type of an episode. Because you've just had the episode where basically you've had proper character development, you've had characters actually dealing with emotions and stuff like that, there's intensity to the episode, and you're trying to get across that Mikey has died in this episode. No chance. No way at all that I'm going to believe that. So really just missed the mark completely on every aspect in this episode. And yeah, it just goes to show how inconsistent this show is. And then next episode, I really don't have a lot of faith in either. It seems to be this weird thing where Donnie begins to lose his intelligence, and I assume it's just going to be another one note thing where he loses it a few minutes into the episode and it's just going away, and then something happens and he gets it back, and there's nothing, no problem. And they could have done something. They could have connected this all together in the lead up to the finale, because we're only a couple episodes away from the, I assume, 2-3 part finale they're going to do. Um, so, that's the one positive. There isn't that many episodes left, so they can't do that much wrong until they get to the finale, which they usually do the finales really well. So there's some hope to come, but this was just not a very good episode at all. In the comments, let me know what your thoughts were on the episode. Did you enjoy it? Am I being too harsh on the episode? Definitely let me know. After last week being a very good episode, this was just a massive disappointment. So yeah, that's been the review. Thanks for watching, and bye.